Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This is your soul messages, meaning it's a high-level reading about your purpose in life as the Sagittarius collective. And if this reading resonates with you, Sag, then you might want to get the extended reading that goes with it. I'm going to go deeper into everything that comes out and into much more detail of all of the topics that come out. If you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I will be giving you details about that. You can find a link for it in the description box below. So let's start getting your cards out. Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know about life purpose, soul contracts? Thank you. If you're interested too, I do offer soul contract readings, personal readings. Time to restore. Okay. Now, Sagittarius, this has got a past life element to it. There are past lives that you've had where you had a certain itinerary and you've come to bring that same energy forward from a past life. You could come across as being quite traditional as a result, or the opposite, quite left field. It's like you're bringing an energy to the earth with this incarnation that you've lived in another incarnation. And restoring it, putting it back. Putting sexy back. What do you come here to put back, Sag? Time to restore something. It's in the world. Let's get deeper into this. Tell us more about Sagittarians, please. Unique. Very unique. So, Sag, you don't fit in, huh? The black sheep. The ones that never fit in, and that was for good reason, because you're here to bring an energy back that's important to you, but has been lacking in the world. And so you've had to remain unique and probably very difficult to find your own kind of people. What else for Sag? Generosity and stillness. It's like a testing the waters energy with this. So you be generous and then wait. That's interesting. So you give a little to someone and then wait and see what happens. See what comes back to you. See if you're getting back, if they're reciprocating, if they're giving back to you. That's good. I only learned to be like that in my old age. In my middle life, I should say. But yeah, that's really good. So you might have had that kind of ability from the start to only give a little and then see what comes back. Let's get some tarot cards out for you. Using the Christmas decks. But, you know, this is a timeless reading. Got the Fool. Starting new things. Being courageous. Being yourself. Allowing yourself. I feel like there's been a path, you know, to you allowing yourself, to be unique. To not fit in, you know, especially when we're like teenagers, teenagers in our 20s, there is this big pull to fit in, right? The peer pressure and all of that kind of thing. But this is you breaking out, doing your own thing. And very much getting like a segmented journey, as it is for everyone really. But because you are so unique and bringing something through from a previous lifetime. It's almost like you are, you know, the path less traveled. It's more intense for you. Those different stages of life are more intense. Anyway, here to do something courageous. And the Four of Swords, healing. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. The Fool. Tell us why. Ace of Candles. Starting something you're passionate about. The Two of Needles, but you're not sure. It's like you're not sure the world's ready for it. Nine of Potions is your wishes. This is really good because I'm getting a lot of balance from you, Sag, of it not just being about you here to give something and like never anything for you, especially with that generosity and that stillness. It's a nice balanced way of being. And the Ten of Potions, wow, so really a lot for you. So you're not willing to do it unless you get what it is that you want from life too. And that's a really good way to be. I like that. A lot of balance, but you're not sure what to. Okay, so you wanted to bring this energy into the world, but not despite yourself, not to not to wear yourself out. So I'm feeling from you a kind of willingness to bring an energy into the world that isn't here at the moment. However, not at your detriment. It's like, Iron Maiden, do anything for love, but I won't do that unless, you know, there's forgiveness behind that. Yeah. Okay, so Sag, if you have felt like you're born in the wrong place, like I'm here to bring through this energy, but these people here, they don't deserve it, and they're not giving back to me, and so I cannot give it to them yet. If you're feeling like that, forgiveness is here. It's like the Jesus thing, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. It's, you're here to be a leader, and they're not. And sometimes it requires us to just sit with that long enough until we accept it. Okay, I'm a leader, I am different than them, and I don't have to wait for them to be a leader too, because that makes me not a leader, that makes me a follower. So it's okay for them to be where they're at. I can still bring this energy through. So the Four of Swords, this healing thing. 10 of Candles. Putting the burdens down. Healing, but putting the burdens down. I am getting clearly that you're not taking it on, or if you have been taking it on, if you haven't been doing this, making sure it's a reciprocal thing, you need to do that. Yeah, I guess it could be that way around. This is a message for those Sagittarians that haven't been doing that have been giving, and you're like, why is it not sticking? Keep on throwing the spaghetti at the wall, but it's not sticking. It's like, it's them. Psychic development is behind that. So tune in. You don't need to do it despite yourself. In fact, you should not do it despite yourself. We have to go for balance here. We can't join them. You know, you can't, what's that saying? If you can't beat them, join them. No, don't do that. And it's the opposite of that. It's, you can't beat them by joining them. You can't do the same thing. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If you're matching someone's energy, you can never grow past them. And you're more than that, Sagittarius. Okay. Let's get you some more cards out. What else do Sagittarius need to know? Divine timing. You're not late, Sagittarius. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. So, divine timing, you need to trust the timing in things. You're not behind or delayed. You're not late. You've been having to learn the lessons that you've been learning along the way. Like I said, I'm getting this very regimented kind of a life, like in your childhood years you needed to learn this thing, in your 20s you needed to learn this thing. It might have gone in 7-year cycles for you, but it's that kind of thing, very regimented path to follow in your life. Yeah, okay. I'm just told what to do in the deeper dive read, the extended reading that goes with this. We'll be going into like the next step for you, the next that next 7-year stage, let's put it that way. Striving. Eventually, the individual's ego to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. There you go. So, stop striving, divine timing, don't put pressure on yourself. Don't burden yourself with it. Eventually, the individual, your individual ego's drive to make it happen. Like, you want to have the passion for it, but you don't need to make it happen. You can go with the flow, is what this is saying. So when you let that ego drive to make it happen fall away, and then be relaxed and trusting, the answers will come. The next step will come, and it'll happen. You don't need to do it all yourself. You're here to bring an energy through, but like, you don't have to force it to be. What else does Sagittarius need to know, please? Bellflower, gratitude. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. It's time, Sagittarius, to be grateful for all the learning that you've been doing on the path, this regimented path. Do you understand what I mean by that? Like, it's the school of life. School just doesn't end when we end like official school, right? We've got certain lessons to go through. Some of them are a collective lesson for certain age stages, but some of those lessons, they're not. They're really individual. And seeing how you've learned and where it's brought you, where everything's brought you, is really important, because that's going to give you the vision for the future. So if you can make sense of your past now and be grateful for your past, you see, I'm getting this strive, I'm getting this unease, like I don't like being here, I don't like the people that are here, you know what I mean? And I can totally understand it. But if you can drop that and then ask yourself, like, maybe everything's unfolding perfectly. What if it's unfolding perfectly and I need all these lessons and I need a few more lessons, and then I'll be bringing it through and I can relax because I've got my team, my spiritual team backing this up. The whole universe is backing this up too. I don't have to burden myself, you know? If you could relax a little more, it would help you out. Cooperation. I feel like this is what you haven't been getting. Cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. This is what was being asked of you at the moment, for sure. To make peace with the lessons that you've had. It has provided you great value. It's turned you into who you are now. And everything has been preparing you for what is to come. Try and remain in the present. You live in the moment, are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So don't try and rush ahead on this unfolding path. You don't need to. You don't need to do that. It's not a race. It's not a competition. And even though you might not be comfortable on this planet, I get it. I get it. Try and be in the moment and know that you're here for good reason. Okay, let's get deeper. I do love these archetype cards. Wow. The Destroyer. Angst. The unrest that you feel about this planet and the things that you don't like on it and the way that people are and what's happening and all of those things that are your Sagittarius are feeling it more than anyone else, I'm hearing, as a collective. It makes you want to create great change. Destroyer is stronger than that, of course. It's like, I can't say it on YouTube, but F it all up, you know? Okay. The reason that you have that energy, it's good. There needs to be people like you, because out of anger, what makes us angry creates change, right? It's like, I've got to do something about this. I can't put up with it. It's a drive for change. If you think about it, what could be making you angry are all the sheep, you know, all the followers. But here's the thing. As a leader, you shouldn't be angry at the followers. You should just be a leader. Like I said before, you don't wait for everyone else to become leaders. That ain't going to happen. You're here to take the lead. So instead of, well, you can destroy things. You can create great change, but just keep on following the path. You will be shown the way. It's not a wrongness in you to be annoyed at how everything is. It's essential, in fact, for your journey forward. You've got the Hunter here. So this is your energy. Keep your eyes on the prize of what it is that you want to change. The Crone. There's definitely, later in life is when you're going to be bringing through a lot of your gifts and your leadership especially. It's not in the now, it's not before, for the bigger things that you're doing on this planet. Right now you're learning, and you have been learning all of your life. That's not to say that you haven't been accomplishing things, you have. But this Crone card, it's saying it's coming in later life. The stuff you're here for is coming in later life. Oh wow, the Lover too. For those of you that are single, the Lover. Well, that's a good sign. I want to know more about this Lover. Later in life, I'm hearing as well, for your true partner, could be joining you in, yeah, the mirror. The mirror of you could be joining you in this journey. The medallion. Nice. So, you're going to be celebrated by this person. But they're coming in later life. Your mirror. They're coming in later life because what you're here to do is coming in later life. Well, that's where I'm going to leave it for this general part of it. Now, if this has been resonating with you, Sagittarius, and if you want me to go more deeply into this, again, I was told in the deeper dive, I'm going to go into the next stage, the next 7 years, that next step of learning and all of that kind of thing. Stepping into your leadership too. You're going to get deeper into all of these energies that have come out, and definitely going to go into this crone energy and the stuff that's coming up later in your life. And this partner as well that you've got coming in later in life too, and what that's all about. Now, with that being said, if you want that deeper dive reading, I'll pop a link for it in the description box below, and also one up there too. It's one of those instant watch kind of things, so as soon as you're paid for it, you'll receive an email. Get your email right, of course. You'll receive an email and it'll give you a link to the deeper dive to watch that. But, what was I going to say? Yes. Just with this, the Lover, the mirror, it's got twin flame vibes about it. If you are interested in that, I do 2 personal readings that you might be interested in. I do a lot of different ones, but there's 2 that you might be interested in. One is called a soul contract reading. That's going into great detail about why you're here specifically, individually. Your karma, your dharma, how things are going at the moment, what you've accomplished already. I think, what else does it go into? Guidance on that, what's not going so well for you at the moment. But there's another reading as well. It's called it's called a twin flame contract reading, and it's a shortened version of the soul contract reading for you and for your twin flame, and then what you are to do together. And I've kind of got a feeling that we might be getting a little bit into that in your deeper dive read. But anyway, if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this, Sagittarius. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, I'll see you in there very shortly. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like, of course, comment, click all of those things down there, subscribe and all of that kind of stuff. And I'll see you next time, Sag.